What is up, YouTube? This is Fleecy from Unscripted, and today I'm giving you some footage on the new released Ride the Bullet. This has been released on Steam for €3.99. Now let's just talk about the price first before I go into detail about the game. $3.99 for an indie game. You're thinking, well, that's not too bad, but is it worth the money? Definitely, guys. This game is worth playing. $3.99, I got my value out of it in one day. It's just so addictive once you get started. It's just one of them mini games that you get sucked into, and it's a new look on gaming, definitely. I wouldn't go as far to say it's revolutionary, but it's definitely got some of the stuff in it that you'd like to see incorporated in different kind of games as well. So, I'm going to talk to you about the gameplay. The gameplay is you're working for a mob boss and you're killing off these different guys using a gift that has been passed down through your family. So, your brother has done it and now you're doing it, and the story mode actually is pretty interesting to listen to. There is some funny stuff in this. While you're playing the game, there'll be no talking, but during the missions there'll be different slides up where you're being talked to by different mob bosses on what your objective is and what you plan to accomplish by doing what you were doing in the warehouse. So thinking that it's just a mini game where you're sitting piling out these bullets one by one, it's definitely not that. There is actually some stuff to listen to. For content wise, I haven't completed it yet, but I haven't clocked up that many hours. I can't imagine it taking a serious deal of your time for what it is. But for an alpha being released, I haven't found one single bug while playing. Like, when I say I haven't played hours and hours of it, I've played over 3 hours of it now. And like, that is with going back and recording and having a few hiccups trying to figure out the game, stuff like that. But I definitely have got my value out of it already. But I couldn't imagine there's much more to it left. I can imagine there's going to be very frustrating stuff coming up later in the game, as the objectives just continuously get harder. Now I'm going to point you to the gameplay now and take a look at all the different areas that you're constantly being playing in. I know the graphics aren't great. Well, not say they're great, but for an indie game, and for what it is, they're perfect. They work with the game, and I don't think any more realistic stuff would have worked for what the game is. Because when you think about it, guys, you're controlling a bullet. You're not expected to have high graphics for this kind of game. It wouldn't have worked. But it kind of puts me in the mindset of, if any of you have ever played Wanted or want to check that game out, it is similar kind of that game. And I can imagine the developers were thinking about that game the entire time they were doing this. Curving the bullet, all that sort of stuff to kill different guys, get round corners. This is definitely taking it to a new extreme, and you can imagine it's not as realistic as what they well, I can't really say Wanted was realistic, but it had more of a in-depth reason why you were able to do all this stuff, and there was more training and stuff like that. This kind of puts you in the middle of it straight away. But that's what I like about it. It's something nice and easy to get into, something not too heartfelt, something you can just stick on and clock up with a few hours on, mess about on, and get some decent footage on. So, I'm going to leave you with that. This is Fleecy from Gaming Unscripted. Hope you enjoyed. Goodbye.